on one day to do a live Actually, that's a great idea, to do a live tutorial for all those moms at home, because your makeup is always gorgeous.
Thank you.
And it's always beautiful. And it is very intimidating, I just have to tell you. It's so, and you know, she has done these videos online. Now, of course, one was a witch. Now, you know, but that would be a great thing maybe to do before Halloween. You know, if your child wants to be, and I know my kids always come home with these elaborate ideas. I mean, my daughter told me a few weeks ago, she was like, I want to be a, oh gosh, what was one of the, Rainbow Bride or something with My Little Ponies or something. Yeah, remember Rainbow? Yeah, and Princess Sparkle or something. And I'm just, all I'm seeing in my head is, oh my stars, how am I going to recreate this? You know, and I do not sew. I'm not one of those Martha Stewart-esque mommies. So I'm just thinking, can I please buy this somewhere? But that'd be a great idea for you to come back around Halloween and show us how to do the face things and stuff.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, we'll do that. But, you know, we've talked about all your fabulous endeavors with traveling with Wicked and all your work with Hattie Lou. We have not talked about your journalism work that you've done. So let's talk about that now. And you have done a lot of work with a lot of different TV stations. So tell us about that.
Well, I was a video editor. Of course, production assistant. But I have my own show, Stay in the Know with Sheila Guerrero.
That's fabulous.
It's an online show. And where I shoot and I edit and I write everything myself. It's like I'm a backpack journalist, I guess you want to call me.
I love
it. Or MMJ. So, and the show is actually very informative and it's very motivational. There's like 6 segments.
Awesome, girl. That's so great.
Look at 6 segments. I have my chroma key, my green screen and everything set up in my kitchen. You know, I decided there's me interviewing Montel Jordan, Pastor Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. And his wife, Kristen.
You are so great,
I'm also Greater Imani, the Cathedral of Faith. I'm their reporter.
Look at your graphics. Holy cow. Those look great. I mean, look, I see our camera. Brandy's back there going, yeah.
Thank you.
I love your hair. You look great. I mean, look, for those of you who don't know, that is very impressive.
Thank you.
Because to be able to do the hosting and the camera work and the writing and the interviewing is a lot. So hats off to you.
I decided to create my own opportunity.
That's very good.
And that's what I stress in the show. Create your opportunity. You know, find your purpose so you can get to your destiny. So it's very informative.
I love that. Another reason why I'm so, I mean, I've loved Sheila since I've met you years ago, and I'm so impressed. And I feel so passionately about giving women their just, well, I heard a saying, it is kind of a country saying, but I heard a lady say years ago, get their just desserts. And that can be good, and I love it. You know, giving them what they are owed and what they are working. And if we just support other women, it plays such an integral role in their own lives. So I'm so proud of you. It is empowerment. Yes, so I'm so proud of you. And it's such a fabulous job that you're doing. And think of all the young children that you're inspiring, not only through the church, like Greater Imani, but through just the community. Those little ones that see you. And I mean, I shared with you my little girl that saw you when we were looking through some pictures and things, and she saw Sheila and she was just like, Mommy, she's beautiful. And it's just so wonderful. You don't even know the lives that you're touching. So it's a great deal. So people can follow you. In fact, I'm going to brag a little bit about Sheila. She's got over 5,000 followers. Oh my gosh, wow. So that right there is just a strong message that you're being watched. And it's just, and because you are so powerful and you're so positive and encouraging, I think that's such a message.
Thank you so much.
Grew up in Memphis.
Absolutely. Born and raised, Kingsbury.
Speaks fluent Spanish.
Speak Spanish.
Speak a little bit for us.
Okay. Hola, mi nombre es Sheila Guerrero. Mucho gusto a todos.
I love it. You've been in films, Selma.
Yes, Selma. And I actually met Ava DuVernay, the director of Selma.
How fabulous is she?
She's fantastic.
She seems like she's awesome.
She's retweeted me. We've met here at the Freedom Awards last year. Oh my God. And my prayer is to work with her again. I've told her, I've tweeted, we're going to work together again.
She's a powerful woman.
Oh my God.
Man.
First black woman to produce or direct a $100 million Disney film. I'm so excited for her.
Golly.
It's empowerment.
It is. And that's part of, we're going to talk with Sheila a little bit later. That is part of, she founded the organization that she's working with. We're going to talk about how you can be a part of that to help make sure that women, men, and children are not only helped in the area of food and clothing, but really it's kind of an ongoing process, right?
Absolutely.
To make sure that they're taken care of. And that is a nonstop organization, something that works around the clock.
Exactly. And it's a 501c3 organization, so if you donate, you get your tax break from Uncle Sam. So
that's
win-win
awesome.
all the way around.
Yes, and that's one of the things we're talking about today. Also, you know, this is one of the things that, oh my gosh, speaking of, I mean, college, golly, I don't want to go there, but it's going to be here, I think, before we know it. For my little ones, they're 5, 7, and 3. 5, 7, and 3. Look, I'm dating myself. 5, 7, and 10. Well, one organization, Memphis Ambassadors, is aiming to make sure you and your kids are armed with information about college. Okay, the Southern Heritage Classic, that's a fabulous event too. I love it. Fred is fabulous, and he always makes sure it's a great event. Well, the 7th annual college-bound fair is coming up at the Southern Heritage Classic. They're making sure that your kids can be seen by college recruiters from all over. We'll make sure that they are armed with the information that they need. Plus, as we just mentioned, Sheila is going to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to step out of our comfort zone and make a difference for those in the community. We're talking about her food and clothes drive for the homeless. We'll tell you how you can truly make a difference. It's an awesome thing, Sheila. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Plus, meet the woman behind a skincare line that some are calling simply remarkable. After struggling, I know this is fabulous. Have you heard of stimulation? It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, coming up on Local Memphis Live, a local woman doing fabulous things at Mona's Day and Laser Spa. First coming up, though, a huge congratulations. You work a lot with Hattie Lou Theater. This is a fabulous. Are you familiar? I'm positive you are with the Ostrander. Is that? Am I saying it right? Ostrander Award. Well, it's a very prestigious award, and apparently not apparently. It's fact. The Germantown Community Theater was nominated. Some 20 nominations. They're celebrating this morning 4 winners.
Wow, congratulations.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's fantastic.
The cast of A Streetcar Named Desire, one of those, we proudly got to look into that fabulous production right here on Local Memphis Live. And in fact, this is the Germantown Community Theater's 44th season for productions like A Streetcar Named Desire, Ring of Fire, I Hate Hamlet, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. We also, isn't that so cool? Yes. We had them on the show too, but amazingly, in its history of GCT, they have never gotten this many nominations in a single season, so it's really an accomplishment.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so it's a cool deal. I talked with the gentleman this morning that is now in charge of the theater, and he says it's just a great deal. They're all so excited about this, and they look forward to many, many more seasons.
There's so much talent here in Memphis.
Oh, it's so much talent. Unbelievable.
It is.
And you know, speaking of the youngsters, young men and women coming up in the ranks and carrying on those traditions. So it's a great deal. Yeah, but Sheila, thank you so much for joining us to co-host. We're going to talk with you in just a minute and go a little bit further with what you do in the community, specifically with this. What is it? Tell me what it is called.
Stop the Hurt, Start the Healing Foundation.
Yes, thank you.
Annual food and clothing drive for the homeless, benefiting the Memphis Union Mission and the YWCA.
Awesome. All right. She's going to tell you how you can help donate non-perishable food items and clothes, all sizes, to help homeless out in the community this weekend, how you can make a difference. But first, stand by for the daily Lexus of Memphis safe driving tip of the day.
Harry comes to Local 24 weekdays at 4 starting in September.
If you start heading into an area that has been flooded, the best precaution is to simply avoid it. Even if you know the road, there could be rushing water that has washed out the road, and you won't be able to see it. Today's driving tip is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis.
We invited women to a spa to test a new body wash.
This soap.
You may not feel it, but some body washes can contain cleansers found in dish soap. Dove body wash is different. It has only the gentlest cleansers.
Just made me feel good.
This is Dove.
I can't believe it has 40% fewer calories than butter.
I can't believe it's made with real simple ingredients.
I can't believe.
We're unaware.
I can't believe my roll isn't bigger.
Real ingredients, unbelievable taste. Enjoy I Can't Believe It's Not Butter.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I'm committed to protecting consumers because I believe all people should have their voices heard. I know that our clients are not looking to get rich in a system which is often wrongly portrayed as a lottery. They want their lives back. They want accountability. Powerful insurance companies are happy to take your money, but will fight you tooth and nail when you present a valid claim. I believe in justice. I believe in fighting for the people.
Sherman Brown with BSU Roofing Construction. Give us a call for all your roofing needs. We'll never miss. Give us a call at 901-672-7585.
The person that I'm meeting right now is extraordinary. Like, everybody's tripping out, I think, a little bit that you're here. This is so nice. You have something I can feel in person that's very powerful. You're incredible.
Could you guys just give us a minute? Like, if that's okay.
Weekdays at 4 starting in September on Local 24.
At AT&T, we believe in access, the opportunity for everyone to explore a digital world full of possibilities, connecting with family, friends, and the things that matter most. And because nothing keeps us more connected than the internet, we've created Access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, deposit, or installation fee. Visit att.com/access now to learn more.
The world has changed. Getting connected is no longer a trend. It's a reality, and it's happening all around you, leaving you to wonder, how do you connect with your customers while staying ahead of the digital revolution? Tactive Digital is the partner you can rely on to help navigate the ever-evolving digital marketing landscape. Targeted digital strategies for your evolving digital needs. To schedule your free digital analysis, visit tactivedigital.com.
Local Memphis Live continues with your host, Amy Spiropoulos.
Welcome back to Local Memphis Live. You've been able to get to know our last guest over the last few days here on Local Memphis Live. She's joined us as a guest co-host, but what you might not have known is her passion runs deep for our city, and specifically for our city's homeless men, women, and children who, for whatever reason, are living at or below poverty. Welcome again, Sheila Guerrero.
Thank you.
Good morning to you, Sheila. And this is so wonderful, and it really started as a way to remember the life and legacy of Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
So take us back to the beginning.
Wow, well, for some reason, all my life, I've always wanted to do something monumental, you know, here in the city of Memphis for people who are downtrodden, as I like to say. But when Michael Jackson passed away, it was like a light bulb went off. And I said, that's it. I said, I'm going to start a nonprofit, and I'm going to call it Stop the Hurt, Start the Healing. And to be perfectly honest with you, I saw a homeless person down at the river as I was crying, and I looked, and I was like, that's it. I'm going to do that in honor of Michael Jackson. And so, and the first thing I decided to do was something for the homeless, because that was exactly what I saw at first. You know, so it just took off from there. I contacted several people here, artists here, Chris J, and he put me in touch with Curtis Givens, and we all pretty much came together, and I had my first food and clothing drive at Silver Spoon 7 years ago, actually.
Wow.
Almost 8 years ago, so yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you have any idea at that point what a real need there was here? Because I personally, I had no idea that there was such a huge homeless population here.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy, because I received a phone call short after from a lady who said there are 3 little girls in a hotel on Lamar.
Oh my gosh.
They have no clothes. They're like 3 years old, maybe 5, maybe 6 at the oldest. And so, me not knowing these people, I just said, all right, Lord, I'm just going to go, and I'm going to trust you. I go into the hotel room. There's like 3 men there, 1 adult lady, and these 3 babies looking at me.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll never forget their faces. So I had these clothes, and I had food and everything, and I was just leaving them. I still think about them, but leaving them was the worst thing I felt like I was doing, because they looked like you're coming to give us something. You're coming to help me.
Yeah.
So that's when I noticed there's a big problem here in Memphis.
Right. And you mentioned the children, and you talk about that too. Have you noticed every year, and Greater Amani, now is that your church?
That's my church, yes.
Okay, so what have you noticed every year? Because, I mean, obviously this is the 7th or 8th annual. So what have you noticed every year?
That there's a need for socks. There's a need for women's clothing, you know, because these women, they're trying to get back on their feet. You know, if you look good, you feel good, you can go apply for jobs. So that's my goal. And the goal of Stop the Hurt, Start the Healing is stop the hurt and start the healing. Because if you know, stop the hurt, then it'll start healing. That's in my head. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like a cut. You know, once you start healing, it pretty much stops. So
I love these pictures. Yeah.
This is something I'm going to do not only in honor of Michael, but in honor of me and people who, you know, my younger nieces and nephews. Maybe I've set an example that they can say, you know what, Aunt Sheila's doing something positive. I want to follow. You know, and not only that, I've had people to contact me. Michael Jackson, I will say this, have fans all around this world who have created nonprofits. They're building hospitals in honor of Michael in Africa. You know, so this is not just a thing, a fluke of something that we're doing.
Well, clearly, no, because you continued for 8 years.
Exactly.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, so we're really leading the way with humanitarianism.
You know, and I want to point this out because the reason that this touches me so much is because, and if you're at home, I hope you don't have to go through this, but let me point out that my husband and I several years ago, and if you know me well enough, you do know this story, we my husband lost his job. So I was standing in the line when I was pregnant with my second child and applying for WIC. So we were among those families. And if you do not think it can happen to you, let me just tell you, it can happen like that. And it really humbled me because it can happen to all of us. And I know you've seen that because you know, even people who don't think it can happen to them, it can happen like that. And I know that has encouraged you to continue on with this.
Absolutely. And a lot of those people, I call them my brothers and sisters, they was just like in your situation. And sometimes they have a hard time bouncing back. And for some reason, society looks down upon them. You know, if you see someone out begging for food or money, you know, I normally just say, you know what, I'm going to go down on Bill, or I'm going to go downtown, I'm going to pass out food. If I cook too much at home, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I'm the only one at the house. I'll pack up in individual containers and go and look for homeless people to bless. And that's a part of my ministry, I believe. You know?
I love it. Can people get involved, Sheila?
Absolutely. You can call me at 901-246-0884 or go to stopthehurtstartthehealing.org. You can also email for volunteerism at volunteer@stopthehurtstartthehealing.org.
Fabulous.
Yes.
And it is Saturday. What's the date?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
the 27th from 10 to 2 at Greater Amani Church. And I will say this about Apostle Atkins and First Lady Linda Atkins. They've been my biggest supporters, you know, throughout the years. You know, they've been my pushers, as we like to call ourselves sometimes at Greater Amani, our push partners. And so I just want to thank them for their continued support and encouragement over my life.
That's fabulous. Well, I want to thank you, girl.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Coming up, we'll introduce you to the founder of a skincare line who's mastered the process of applying stem cell science to healing and regeneration of the skin. But first, are you looking for a job? Our cameras are live at the East Workforce Development Center for their career one-stop open house shop. Job seekers, how you can capitalize on your chance to match interest of your ideal career paths next.
Caitlin Lockerbie, only on Local 24's Good Day Memphis.
Attention taxpayers, if you've received a notice from the IRS, do not ignore it. It's also a big mistake to try and handle your tax problem on your own. If you owe back taxes, the government has the power to take everything you own, your home, business, wages, savings, and your freedom. But now there's a special toll-free hotline set up especially for you by Federal Tax Relief. We'll tell you about new programs that can help you dramatically